You won't believe what happened to one of Kenya's biggest YouTubers. Thee Pluto hasn't seen his daughter in almost a year, and the person he is blaming, not his ex, but someone even closer to the situation.
Why am I not doing the same for Zoe as I am doing with Sky?
The allegations absolutely devastating. The family drama out of control. This is a story about broken promises, shattered relationships, and a father fighting for access to his own child.
Tried to ask how much money do you need for upkeep? I have evidence. I've tried to ask which school do you guys want her to go to? Yeah, where do you want me to chip in?
Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal to you is going to shock you to your core, and the twist at the end nobody saw coming. Let's rewind to understand how we got here. Robert Ndegwa Kamau, known to millions as Thee Pluto, was living what many considered the dream life. A successful YouTuber, a thriving forex trading career, a beautiful partner, and a precious daughter named Zoe. For 3 years, Thee Pluto and Felicity Shiru were the ultimate power couple in Kenya's digital space. They created content together, they built businesses together, they raised their daughter together. Born on September 19th of 1999, Felicity Shiru wasn't just another influencer riding on her partner's fame. She carved out her own path with over 375,000 Instagram followers, 317,000 on TikTok, and YouTube channel boasting over 312,000 subscribers. She studied health records and information management at the prestigious Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, commonly known as JKUAT, the same institution where she met Thee Pluto. Their love story seemed like something out of a fairy tale. In September of 2022, during their gender reveal party, Thee Pluto stunned everyone by gifting Felicity Shiru a Mazda CX-5 worth approximately 2 million Kenyan shillings. The gesture went viral. People called it relationship goals. The internet couldn't stop talking about this young couple who seemed to have it all figured out. Fast forward to October of 2022, and baby Zoe entered the world. The couple's followers watched as they navigated parenthood together, sharing intimate moments of their journey online, and everything seemed perfect from the outside looking in. But here is what nobody tells you about the picture-perfect relationship on social media. They are often just that, pictures. Behind the carefully curated Instagram posts, behind the YouTube vlogs showing happy family moments, tension was brewing.
Kitu yenye singejiekea for like it's like now almost 7 months.
Religious differences created cracks in the foundation. Felicity Shiru, raised Christian, wasn't ready to convert to Islam. She openly discussed her discomfort with marriage plans, noting that while they agreed to a traditional wedding rooted in their shared culture, the church wedding she envisioned wasn't going to happen. The mother of one revealed in multiple interviews that because Pluto was a Muslim, he didn't want a church ceremony, and she was not willing to become Muslim herself. These were not small disagreements, these were fundamental differences about faith, identity, and the future they wanted to build. But wait until you see what happened next, because the breakup, that was just the beginning of this nightmare. On September 11th of 2024, the date that changed everything, Thee Pluto took to Instagram with an announcement that sent shockwaves through their fan base. The message was clear, direct, and surprisingly mature for such a public split. We have decided to go on our separate ways and end our 3-year relationship. The post read, "Thank you for the continued support from family, friends, and fans. Let's not speculate anything, not to spread lies about the situation. We will co-parent peacefully to ensure the life of our lovely daughter is not affected. Give us some space during this hard time. Thank you. Co-parent peacefully." These 2 words will soon become the most ironic part of their entire statement. The announcement triggered immediate speculation across Kenyan social media.
The mansion was because of the memories in that house. Unalala hivi wezi lala unasikia kama mtu yeye anakuita from the other room. So ikafika mahali and I sought for therapy.
What happened? Who cheated? Was it about money? Was someone else involved? Thee Pluto and Felicity Shiru both made efforts to control their narrative, asking fans not to spread rumors or make assumptions. In a phone interview, shortly after the announcement, Thee Pluto emphasized the genuineness of their separation. He told radio host Uncle Ray that this wasn't a publicity stunt, that Felicity Shiru had moved back to her family home and that he was currently living alone. People break up, he started matter-of-factly, but I won't disclose anything on social media. I just want a peaceful breakup. I don't want things to escalate. I have a child and a family, and we should respect each other, so I cannot discuss anything further. He explained that due to his work commitments, baby Thee Pluto was temporarily staying with his mother. The explanation seemed reasonable, mature even. Two adults who realized their relationship wasn't working, choosing to part ways while prioritizing their daughter's well-being. A throwback video from 2022 surfaced shortly after the breakup announcement, showing Felicity discussing a previous split they'd had. In that video, she revealed that Thee Pluto had been the one to end their relationship the first time, right after a trip to Naivasha. Pluto is the one who ended this relationship, not me. Felicity had explained. After we came back from Naivasha, he told me that he needed a break. I was confused because I didn't understand what the break was for. This wasn't their first rodeo with breaking up, making up and navigating the complexities of their relationship in the public eye. But this time, it felt different. This time there was a child involved. This time, the stakes were infinitely higher. By October, just weeks after the breakup, rumors started swirling that painted a darker picture of the separation. A Facebook blogger alleged that Thee Pluto had kicked Felicity out of the mansion with nothing but her clothes, forcing her to start completely from scratch. The claim suggested she couldn't take anything from the house, no furniture, no appliances, nothing. Pluto responded swiftly on Instagram, denying the allegations and calling them outright lies. I don't understand why bloggers choose to write lies about me all the time, he posted. Only if you all knew the truth, but I decided to hold my peace forever. Inauma, the Swahili word, translating to it hurts. The pain in his message was palpable. Then, in December, Thee Pluto did something that sent his followers into a frenzy. He deleted every single post from his Instagram account, every photo, every video, every memory of his 3-year relationship with Felicity. Gone. His profile was wiped completely clean, leaving only his bio and follow account. Fans were divided. Was this personal growth, a fresh start, or a publicity stunt? Nobody knew for sure, but one thing was becoming increasingly clear. The peaceful co-parenting they had promised, it was not happening, and the situation was about to get much worse. On November 17th of 2024, a date that should have been filled with celebration, baby Zoe's second birthday, instead Thee Pluto posted a message that broke hearts across social media and revealed the true depth of his pain. Happy birthday, my daughter Zoe. I hope you're doing just great. I pray to reconnect with you one day. It's been a year and I miss you. May God continue protecting and blessing you. All shall be well. You'll understand one day. Just know, even at a distance, Daddy is doing everything to ensure your future is very bright. I love you and I'll do everything to see you again. God loves you. I love you. I love you. I'll always love you. This wasn't the message of a father who saw his daughter regularly. This was the desperate plea of a man who had been cut off from his own child. According to multiple sources, Thee Pluto hadn't seen Thee Pluto since December 17th of 2023, almost a full year before her second birthday. The promise of a peaceful co-parenting shattered the commitment to ensuring their daughter's life would be affected, broken. The respectful separation they had announced to the world, a complete facade. Social media erupted with reactions. Some people sympathized with Thee Pluto, recognizing the agony of a parent denied access to their child. Others questioned what he might have done to deserve such treatment. Still, others criticized both parents for allowing their personal drama to affect an innocent child. But here is what nobody was talking about yet. The person Thee Pluto will soon publicly blame for this entire nightmare. And trust me, when I reveal who he's pointing the finger at, you're going to understand why this story is so much more complicated than a simple custody dispute. But that is not all. Wait until you see what happened next, because the interview that followed exposed everything.
Zoe needs her father. Yeah, because one thing I know, maybe I might not be the best person to love. I'm the best husband. I'm the best boyfriend. But what I know is that I'm a good father.
Just days after the heartbreaking birthday message, Thee Pluto sat down for an interview with fellow content creator Oga Obinna, and he didn't hold back. For the first time publicly, Thee Pluto laid out exactly what was happening behind the scenes, and the allegations he made were explosive. According to Thee Pluto, the person blocking him from seeing his daughter was not Felicity Shiru herself. It was Felicity Shiru's mother, his former mother-in-law, the grandmother of his child. Pluto described her as the mastermind behind the complete breakdown of their co-parenting relationship because kama simu yangu hachukui as the grandmother of the kid, you don't know what I want to say, Pluto explained, his frustration evident. He went on to detail how communication with Felicity's entire family had collapsed. Text messages were ignored. Every attempt to reach out about his daughter were met with silence. But perhaps most revealing was that Pluto said about his intentions. He made it clear that this wasn't about criticizing Felicity as a person. The reason I will not want to talk about Felicity as a person is that she is not here to defend herself, he stated. That's why I'm not dwelling on respect. The one thing he felt he wasn't receiving from Felicity's family, particularly her mother. Then came the most shocking revelation of all. Pluto claimed he had been accused of not buying Zoe Pluto something significant during a previous visit, though he insisted that he had the messages to prove otherwise. The implication that his access to his daughter was being used as leverage, possibly over material expectations or gifts. I have asked so many times, how much money do you want? Pluto said. Because if it's about money, I remember the last time I was told, I never bought it, I don't know what. I will not come here and lie about this kind of a thing in front of people. According to sources close to the situation, there was an alleged incident where Thee Pluto visited but didn't bring what was considered an appropriate gift for Zoe. This supposedly created tension with Felicity's family, who allegedly felt he only wanted access for social media photo opportunities rather than genuine father-daughter bonding. Whether this is true or simply Pluto's perception of the situation, the fact remains that communication completely broke down. Thee Pluto stated that he wished to resolve everything privately without involving lawyers or the court system. But as the months dragged on with no access to his daughter, that option was looking less and less viable. One of the most emotional moments in the interview came when Pluto addressed comments from Felicity's family. Someone presumably speaking for Felicity's mother had apparently said, I will be that granny. If you have nothing to do with my daughter, you also have nothing to do with my granddaughter, period. The message was clear. It was harsh. If Thee Pluto wasn't with Felicity romantically, he wasn't going to have a relationship with Zoe either. The statement represented a troubling mindset that many family law experts warn against, using a child as a weapon in adult conflicts. But the situation gets even more complex when you consider Thee Pluto's history. Now, here is where this story gets really messy. Zoe isn't Thee Pluto's only daughter. He has another child, a daughter named Sky from a previous relationship. If you think his custody battle with Felicity Shiru is bad, the situation with Sky's mother was even worse. Back in November of 2021, when Sky was turning 2 years old, Thee Pluto made arrangements to throw her a birthday party. He wanted to introduce his daughter to his friends and family to celebrate this milestone in her life. But Sky's mother and her family never showed up. Sounds familiar? In an interview with Glow Up with McKenna, at the time, Pluto revealed he'd been denied access to Sky for extended periods. Mambo ingine unashindwa kuelewa, he said, which translates to, some things you fail to understand, actually the whole day. That is what has been going through my mind, lakini unajua nini, Mungu ataleta watoto wengine. He even threatened legal action back then, saying the issue might have to go to court. The irony? Years later, in March of 2024, Sky's mother eventually granted him extended access to his oldest daughter. Felicity Shiru actually played a positive role in that reconciliation. She met Sky's mother, she expressed support for co-parenting, she even appeared in videos with Sky, showing that blended families could work. In January of 2023, Thee Pluto shared a heartwarming video on social media, showing Sky meeting her younger sister Zoe for the second time. The footage showed Pluto and Felicity picking up Sky, taking her to a supermarket and then bringing her home, where she and Zoe Pluto played together in a toy car. Now, here is where journalistic integrity demands we acknowledge something important. We have heard Thee Pluto's side of the story in extensive detail. He has done interviews, he has posted on social media, he has been vocal about his pain and frustration, but Felicity Shiru, she has been notably silent. In the weeks following Thee Pluto's public accusations, Felicity Shiru has maintained a remarkably low profile regarding the custody drama. Her social media posts show a woman seemingly unbothered by the public allegations flying around, most notably just days after Thee Pluto's shocking interview with Oga Obinna, where he claimed he was being blocked from seeing Zoe. Felicity Shiru posted videos from a luxurious vacation in Brazil. The lifestyle content creator shared footage of herself enjoying Brazilian streets, soaking in the culture and living her best life. The timing was striking. While Thee Pluto was publicly lamenting his separation from his daughter, Felicity was on an international vacation, apparently unconcerned with the narrative developing online. Some interpreted this as callousness, as if she didn't care about the pain Thee Pluto was expressing. Others saw it as strength, as a woman refusing to engage with public drama and maintaining her peace. The reality, we simply don't know Felicity's perspective because she has not shared it. Has Thee Pluto been denied access unfairly, or are there legitimate reasons for the restrictions that he is not mentioning? Did he fail to provide adequate support? Did something happen that made Felicity's family feel protective of both her and Zoe? Are the allegations about gifts and money accurate, or is there more context we are missing? These questions remain unanswered because Felicity Shiru has chosen not to engage publicly. And honestly, this might be the wisest approach. Family law experts consistently advised against litigating custody disputes in the court of public opinion. Social media mobs take sides quickly, often without complete information. Narrative gets shaped by whoever speaks fast and loudest, and children, who should be protected from all this, end up having their private family drama become public entertainment. Felicity Shiru's silence might frustrate those looking for her side of the story, but it also protects Zoe from having every detail of her parents' conflicts broadcast to hundreds of thousands of strangers. What we can observe is that both Thee Pluto and Felicity appeared to be going through significant transitions. Pluto deleted his entire Instagram history, suggesting a desire for a fresh start. Felicity is traveling internationally, pursuing her own happiness and rebuilding her life post-breakup. And somewhere in the middle of all this adult drama, there is a 2-year-old girl who just wants her parents. One of the most troubling aspects of this situation is how common it is. The Pluto story isn't unique. Across Kenya and around the world, children are brutally used as weapons in adults' conflicts. When relationships end, especially relationships that were highly public or involved significant emotion, some people seek revenge. They want to hurt the former partner, they want to maintain control, they want to win the breakup, and the most effective weapon they have, the children. By denying access, they guarantee ongoing pain for their ex-partners. By using children as leverage, they maintain power in their relationship even after it is officially over. By involving extended family like Felicity's mother allegedly has in this case, they create a unified front that makes reconciliation nearly impossible. This pattern is well recognized that family law has a term for it, parental alienation. It refers to the process by which one parent, often with help from extended family, systematically damages the child's relationship with the other parent. This can include speaking negatively about the other partner, blocking communication, denying access, or making the child feel guilty for wanting a relationship with that parent. In extreme cases, parental alienation is considered a form of emotional abuse, not just of the excluded parent, but for the child who is being manipulated. Now, to be clear, we don't have enough information to determine whether the parental alienation is happening in the Pluto and Felicity's situation. Maybe there are legitimate concerns about the Pluto's behavior that we don't know about. Maybe Felicity's family has valid reasons for their protective stance, but what we do know is the outcome. A father who hasn't seen his daughter in a year, and a child who is growing up without her dad. The statement allegedly made by Felicity's mother, "If you have nothing to do with my daughter, no, you also have nothing to do with my granddaughter," represents exactly the kind of thinking that harms children. Where does the Pluto go from here? According to Kenyan law, both parents have legal rights and responsibilities towards their children. Regardless of whether they were married or in a relationship, the Children Act of Kenya is explicit. Every child has the right to know and be cared for by both parents, except where these would be detrimental to the child's well-being. If the Pluto is being denied access to Zoe without justifiable cause, he has legal recourse. He can file for custody or visitation rights in family court. The court will then assess the situation, potentially order mediation, and ultimately establish a formal custody agreement that both parents would be required to follow. In his interview with Ogaobina, the Pluto mentioned that he had been trying to avoid legal action, preferring to resolve things privately. This is understandable. Court battles are expensive, emotionally draining, and tend to further damage already strained relationships. But as the situation has dragged on with no resolutions, legal intervention may be his only option. A neutral third party trained in family dynamics and conflict resolution helps parents work through their differences and develop a co-parenting plan that serves the child's best interest. Mediation has several advantages over court battles. It's faster, less expensive, less adversarial, and more likely to result in an agreement that both parents will actually follow. It also gives parents control over the outcome rather than putting their fate in the hands of a judge who doesn't know them or the child. But mediation only works if both parties are willing to participate in good faith. If Felicity or her family refuses to engage, or if they attend mediation but remain inflexible, the court may be the only path forward. Kenyan courts typically favor keeping children with their mothers, especially young children, unless there's evidence for unfitness. The Pluto might get visitation rights, but full or even joint custody could be difficult to obtain. Still, even limited court-ordered visitation would be better than his current situation of complete exclusion. It will establish his legal right to see Zoe. It will create a schedule that Felicity couldn't habitually change, and it will send a message that parents can't unilaterally decide to cut the other parent out of their child's life. The Pluto's custody battle is more than just celebrity gossip or social media drama. It is a window into a problem that affects thousands of families across Kenyans and millions worldwide. When relationships end, especially those involving children, the path forward is never easy. There is hurt, there is anger, there is a desire to protect yourself from further pain, but children shouldn't pay the price for adult conflicts. Zoe didn't choose to have her parents' relationship broadcast to hundreds of thousands of followers. She didn't choose to have her father kept from her life. She didn't choose any of these, but she's the one who will live with the consequences of every decision made right now. Thee Pluto has publicly stated his desire to be in his daughter's life, his willingness to provide financially, and his commitment to being a present father. Felicity has remained silent, which in her right, and Felicity's mother, who Thee Pluto identifies as the primary obstacle, hasn't spoken publicly at all. Without all perspectives, we can't judge who is right or wrong in this situation. What we can say with certainty is that a 2-year-old girl deserves better than this. She deserves parents who can communicate, even when it is difficult. She deserves extended family who support her relationship with both parents, not just the one they are related to by blood. She deserves to grow up by knowing her father loves her, fought for her, and did everything in his power to be part of her life. This story isn't over. These coming months will reveal whether Thee Pluto escalates to legal action, whether Felicity Shiru breaks her silence, and whether Zoe Pluto's grandmother softens her stance. But one thing is certain, every day that passes without resolution is another day of Zoe's childhood that Thee Pluto misses. Another birthday, another milestone, another memory that should have been made but wasn't. To Thee Pluto, if you're watching this, your pain is valid, your desire to be a father is admirable, but consider whether public battles serve your ultimate goal of seeing your daughter. Sometimes the path to reconciliation requires putting down the microphone and picking up the phone one more time. To Felicity Shiru, your silence is understandable, but your daughter will one day ask questions about this period in her life. Make sure the answers you give her reflect choices you can be proud of. To Felicity's mother, grandmothers play a crucial role in children's lives, but so do fathers. The love you have for your granddaughter should extend to wanting her to have all the love available to her, including from her dad. And to everyone watching this unfold, remember that behind every viral custody battle is a child who didn't ask for any of these. Before you take sides, before you comment, and before you share, consider that child. Consider Zoe, who deserves privacy, protection, and most of all, peace. The question now is whether the adults in her life will give her those things, or whether they'll continue this public war, sacrificing her well-being on the altar of their own pain. If this story moved you, if this story made you think about the children caught in custody battles everywhere, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear this message, and in the comments, let me know, what do you think should happen next in this situation? Should Thee Pluto take legal action? Should Felicity Shiru speak out? How can they resolve this for Zoe's sake? Subscribe to this channel for more in-depth coverage of the stories that matter, because this isn't just entertainment. These are real lives, real families, and real children who need our compassion and understanding. Thank you for watching, and remember, in every family conflict, think of the children first and always.